No. We need a blood pack, dude.
Yeah, I was saying, I do have a traditional ink pen and a sharp knife, so...
Alright, cool, we in business.
This is dark. This is
Please
the darkest
don't actually
timeline.
do that. Please. You want to watch horror stories? Go and watch Umaru-chan. きっと約束だよいつかまた同じ笑顔で Hello and welcome to episode 41 of Annie Chatbox. My name is Cassie and I'm back with a full voice and slightly less ill, which is pretty rad. Before we go around the table, I wanted to let you know that you can find us at twitter.com/theanniechatbox, or you can send us an email at anniechatmail@gmail.com. And if you'd like to find us elsewhere other than where you might currently be listening, all of the places we can be found are iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and if you want to be so nice, you can go to Patreon at www.patreon.com/AnnieChatbox and be one of our first few patrons we get to love on and, I don't know, give lots of kisses? I'm not sure.
Appreciate, grovel at your knees? Yes.
I mean, I appreciate a couple of those things.
Oh my.
Let's go around the table. First up, my fellow lady of the box, Miss Kimmy.
Hello! Oh my gosh, ladies represent. Welcome, everybody.
And that's everyone who matters. Just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
So... Can I go then?
Whoa, wait. Hold on. I thought you meant, ladies. Okay.
No boys allowed.
Yes.
But no. Also in the same house as me, and who quit halfway through the day in his costume adventure with me, is Craig.
Hey, how's it going over there, Internet? I hope you're doing well this fine evening. Yes, I did quit halfway through my costume adventure because the makeup got in my eye and that actually started to burn. And other than that, the outfit that I was wearing I wasn't feeling it. Cass, on the other hand, was crushing her outfit.
Those sound like excuses.
Listen,
Last person in the box today is Mr. Jonathan Joestar.
Hello. I was not in a position to dress up at all this year, so no costumes from me.
I love how you immediately jump into excuses following Craig's introduction. I also just wanted an excuse to cut off Craig, and I did. So, I've done everything I need to do here today. I'm out.
Okay, cool.
Bye.
Alright. Peace out, everyone.
Anyway, we are actually recording this episode just to give you guys way too much of an intimate look into how far in advance we record. We're recording this on Halloween night because we have nothing to do because we're all in our mid to late 20s and we have no money. Anyway, we're all here tonight to gather and talk about our favorite kinds of Halloween anime perhaps, and also some things that may seem like a little bit more fun or maybe appeal to us more as not exactly Halloween anime, but something that we can enjoy that's a little spoopy. So we'll be discussing that, and it will be super loads of fun, full of tricks and treats, and gosh, I don't even know where to start. Listen, I love horror anime, so
Yes, delivered.
And here's the thing. I've always wondered why it is I can handle quote-unquote horror anime more so than I can handle actual horror films. And then I realized that anime brand of horror is like horror light. It's not as disturbing. I don't feel like there's really any jump scares in anime at all. I think the closest I got to a jump scare in a recent, even not horror-ish anime was the Ancient Magus Bride OVAs, where she was reaching for like a cup from another little girl.
Oh, yeah.
And like there was a flash of a face. But that's kind of getting off topic. But I love things like Higurashi and Paranoia Agent, and some of the other classics that you may attribute to Halloween. But I thought we might talk and go around the table and talk about some things you may not think of that may be a little bit more friendly to watch with maybe your siblings or some children, or maybe even your friends who can't stomach the gore that you can. So why don't we get this started by going to other people around the table who might have some ideas for me. Sell me on things that aren't too horror-y.
So I started reflecting today on some Halloween like specials and episodes and stuff when I was just looking up cute Halloween anime art, because that's how much of a weeb I am in my daily lifestyle. And I recalled a couple of shows that are pretty innocent and like laid back that have Halloween episodes that I really liked. And the first one that I remember is from Ouran High School Host Club. There was it might have been a two-parter Halloween episode, but it's really cute. The show is already just like a light romantic comedy sort of anime, and it's just basically making a haunted house at the school festival, and there's lots of pumpkins and like gag scares and stuff, and it's really fun. And to be fair, I watched that show back when I was like a sophomore in high school, and it's still one that comes to mind because that show is very charming, and there were plenty of like pumpkins and that imagery. And another show is called Tanaka-kun is Always Listless, which I watched last year, and actually their Halloween episode was probably like the second strongest episode in the entire series, I found. The comedy was just delivered very well. Again, it was a similar setup of like, we're going to make the haunted house because we're a high school anime, but like what tricks and things can ensue. And it was just very charming and gave off that, you know, that cultural vibe of Halloween that's just like really cute little spooky things. And those are probably two that I like a lot. I feel like there are a lot of other like Halloween episodes of shows that are just kind of like slipping my mind. But yeah, those were nice. And you can catch those in the middle of shows. Usually if you Google, you know, such and such title Halloween episode, you'll be able to find it. Yeah.
I never realized how popular Halloween haunted houses are in anime until you mentioned that, because I just thought about it and I'm like, Tamako Market has one of those.
That's right, they did.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like a trope, I think, for Halloween episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, it was even in Horomusiko. Horomusiko had a Halloween, like haunted house kind of thing. I think that those are almost always during like cultural festivals too.
Yeah, Kimi ni Todoke also did that, now that I recall.
Yeah, I'm also blanking on Halloween specials per se, but though that being said, I do the only ones that sort of jump into mind are Cowboy Bebop the movie is set during Halloween.
I did not know that.
Ed even goes trick-or-treating
That's amazing.
a day early, but yeah, there's a Halloween parade.
Nice.
And while it wasn't actually called Halloween, it was basically an equivalent of it. If I remember correctly, in The Familiar of Zero, there was a sort of there was a party where they used magic to make themselves look different, and
is that the one where Louise is in the like cat girl outfit and she's like Goshujin sama nya and all that stuff? Because I feel like I remember that.
And the princess was there, and I think I think everyone assumed that Louise had turned into the.
No, now I remember because there was drama behind it.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was actually a really it was quite a drama-heavy episode. In all honesty,
that's cool. You remembered that one though. I didn't even think about that.
It literally just popped to mind. It was like, oh yeah, that. As you were just talking about your Halloween episodes, but yeah, beyond that, I'm not really thinking of any like specials.
I mean, we can expand onto shows too, for sure.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like the idea of the specials though, because it's like you could have like a little marathon with your friends on Halloween, and everybody could bring a little thing to the actually maybe we should do that next year. That'd be kind of fun. Each of us could bring a little OVA or a Halloween episode, and we could have a little marathon. But you guys talking about that made me think of this might be the most generic one ever, but the Little Witch Academia OVA might be a good one.
You stole that from me. That was gonna be the only thing I had.
I'm so sorry. Well, we can just. How about you discuss it then? You go ahead. I take it back. I actually was temporarily possessed by Craig.
Hi. I have performed a hex.
He performed some Halloween voodoo magic and took control of my body temporarily.
Oh, it's weird because, like, I'm thinking of any Halloween-esque episode of anything, and all I'm thinking of is just, like, random one-off comedies like Gintama or Katekyo Hitman Reborn, but, like, if you want a bona fide movie OVA, watch the Little Witch Academia standalones, or I guess the second one, the parade, I believe it's a Cinderella parade or something like that.
Enchanted Parade, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That one is like actually has the discrimination against witches and whatnot, the lore, if you will, to the world, and it's pretty lighthearted and it's pretty fun. Interestingly enough, outside of anime, I can think of a lot more like mainstream movies and video games that could fill that void.
Now I've just got a song from Hocus Pocus stuck in my head.
Ah, yes.
Nice.
Another little short OVA film that it's not scary but gives that kind of mystical Halloween-y feel, I think would be Hotarubi no Morie. Which is
what's that?
I think I watched it with you, Craig. It's the one where there's a boy who cannot be touched by other humans, and he lives in the forest, and the girl goes to visit him, and they go to like a little festival at the end, and the whole forest has like little forest spirits in it. And that would lead me into like other shows that are very... Actually, didn't the guy who wrote Natsume's Book of Friends do Hotarubi no Morie?
Yes, it was the same. It was the same creator and team. The animation was also very similar, and that is absolutely a good example. I wish I could think of like a good episode of Natsume, but I'm honestly kind of blanking. Some of them are more spooky than others, but just check it out. Just check out any of it.
In that same vein of spirits, they're not necessarily Halloween based, but like you could like do anything Yokai Watch or like
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away. Yes. I just thought that at the same time you said it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ghouls and ghosties.
Ghosts, all that, and what's it, Mushishi? I guess that's kind of like
Mushishi. You could also, definitely do a couple episodes of that as well. That's a good choice.
And there's like the obvious one to jump to mind is Soul Eater, which is practically set in Halloween Town.
That's true. Very true.
I had another one earlier. Noragami.
Yes, you did bring that up, and that one's really cool because it focuses on spirits again. And a lot about the dead as well, and that whole subject.
Noragami, oh, you stole that, you jerk!
Hey,
we're juking things from each other left and right, or we're
that one was
each other.
Mine. I mentioned that yesterday.
You Haggis.
You jerk!
I mentioned it before.
No, I did. I did. You mentioned Soul Eater, and then I said Noragami.
No,
okay,
I did.
Sorry.
Deal.
I will never forgive you. Top 10 anime betrayals.
Oh, dang.
But no, I agree. Noragami is another really good one because it deals with like some spookier things, but also gets a little brutal later on, but not so much that you couldn't watch it with somebody in their early teens.
Very good storytelling.
I'm trying to think of other movies that
Are
aren't
you
too spoopy. Oh, another good one. Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. That's a little bit more violent, but that one is
zombies?
something that I feel like if I was like, hey, Cammy, let's sit down and watch Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, I think she would be fine.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've seen a bit of it, actually, too.
Maiden Abyss, which nobody else here has finished watching, but that show gets very spooky later on.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend watching it with a child at all, ever.
So, let me ask this to clarify. So, we're not directly going for anything spooky here, so we're axing anything Satoshi Kon?
I think that we're trying to say that there's other stuff that you can watch on Halloween that isn't Another or Higurashi or Paranoia Agent or any of these Satoshi Kon.
No Fate Zero either?
Fate Zero is actually another good idea, I think.
Yeah, it is. It gets creepy, and it's also really good storytelling.
I don't feel like that's something you'd want to sit down and watch with a child, but maybe somebody in their early teens, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing, again, it's a show more than like an OVA, but if you want more spooky witches vibes, there is always the old classic Ojamajo Do Re Mi, which is a magical girl show about witches. That one can also kind of give you the mood.
Why not some Kiki's Delivery Service to
there you
top
go.
that off as well?
Yeah, I was thinking that I'm sure there's more Ghibli that would fit Halloween theme, and yeah, Kiki's Delivery Service. How did I forget?
Nails it.
Yep. Going more on to slightly more on the horror side, and you wouldn't want to show it to a child, definitely, but School Life, Gakko Karashi.
More zombos.
More zombies. Episode 1 definitely nails the creepy factor.
Oh yeah.
Especially on a rewatch. Like picking up on all the hints.
I honestly feel like I would rather watch Gakko Garashi, the first episode, just by itself on Halloween and not watch the rest of the series with someone.
Yeah.
But I would want to watch it with somebody who didn't see it before. Because that would be a little fun. I do agree that it is kind of interesting to pick up on stuff the second time through, but at the same time, that initial "oh shit" is so nice.
It's all you need.
It's all you need. But yeah, I agree. Gakko Garashi's another zombies in anime are fun. High School of the Dead, if you want to laugh all night, that could be fun.
The Boob Matrix.
Speaking again of zombies and I guess comedy, again, if you're really dealing with the zombie vibe, isn't there Kore wa Zombie desu ka?
I was just about to mention.
And that one's like super silly, so that might be fun.
I love that show. The first season, the second season,
Never saw it.
I thought it was fun.
I need to. It looks great.
It's super dumb.
It's dumb, but it's fun. It knows it can't take itself seriously and it doesn't try.
Comedy is all subjective and stuff, but you have to remember, I'm the parody hater, and I love that show. So there you go. Let's see.
I was mentioning to Craig before, there was a segment, I don't think it was a full episode, but in one of the episodes of Daily Lives of High School Boys, they went around a circle telling like scary stories that were like ridiculous from what I remember. Yeah. That was a great skit.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Goosebumps?
Actually, you want to scare the shit out of yourself? Go and re-watch the Are You Afraid of the Dark opening.
Yes.
From when you were a kid. Oh my god. That gives me nightmares now. It's so creepy.
It's so good, though. Ah, nice. That's a good pick.
I'm trying to think of more.
Ghost Stories?
Ghost Stories dub. Really Ghost Stories dub.
I was going to say, isn't that the really
English
bad
dub.
one?
Yes.
Yes.
I know a lot of people that's actually their tradition is to watch the Ghost Stories dub around Halloween.
End of Evangelion.
Oh my god, no! That's actual nightmare fuel. Like, no.
I'm kidding.
Can we just say Eva 3.33 where that whole entire movie?
That's not horrific, Craig. It's beautiful, but I'm not going to get into my Kawashin stuff here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's
I was
there's
about
this,
to say the only way that that's spoopy in the least bit is if you're not into shonen ai.
there
there
is one sequence in that movie that is spoopy, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Is
but
it
we're
the
not
piano?
looking-
Because, like...
I think I know what he's talking about, but we're not looking for just spoopy scenes. We want like a whole spoopy vibe from either that or something like magical or something you would associate with Halloween.
That episode of Flip Flappers that cast
Oh
like...
dear
Yes!
God! Episode
Yes!
5 of Flip Flappers.
Episode 5 of Flip Flappers is legendary, even if you don't watch the whole show. Just watch episode 5.
Greetings.
Greetings.
That one is amazing.
I forgot about that.
It is slightly more dark, but to me it's pretty tame. And again, I'm a person that gets scared pretty easily. But Hellgirl, go watch Hellgirl. That also is very much in Halloween vibe.
Hellgirl is a classic. I say classic because I feel old and I watched it when I was in high school. But yeah, Hellgirl's great.
Right.
And it's creepy, but I don't think it's creepy to the point that it's gonna be unnerving.
Yeah.
Dust Maiden of Amnesia.
What's up?
Dust Maiden of Amnesia.
Oh
If I
yeah.
can English properly. That's...
You mean that show you were gonna make us watch, but then you changed your mind?
I could make you watch it again, but that would have to be until after my next host choice, because I know what I'm going for next host choice, and I'm not changing this time.
I give him 2 months.
I am not changing this time. I am certain about...
Can you write that in
my
blood
next...
for me? It is Halloween.
Whoa.
I suppose if you really want me to,
This got dark really quick.
I do have a traditional ink pen.
No. We need a blood pack, dude.
Yeah, I was saying, I do have a traditional ink pen and a sharp knife, so...
Alright, cool. We in business.
This is dark. This is
Please
the darkest
don't actually
timeline.
do that. Please. You want to watch horror stories? Go and watch Umaru-chan.
You mean all of it? Thank God the manga is ending.
To those of you that like Umaru-chan, I'm so sorry. I just can't even.
I can't understand you, Pete.
Oh.
I don't know why.
For people that have watched this, because I haven't seen it, but what about Sankarea? Wasn't that about like...
Yeah. That's really okay. For the most part, it's lighthearted. I would just give a trigger warning that there is some very heavy stuff in it. But for the most part, yeah, I think that's something you could watch with someone in their early teens, definitely.
Yeah.
Or mid-teens, maybe. There's some abuse in that show.
Oof.
Yeah, the father's...
Like child abuse.
The father's kind of a scumbag.
Like, awkward pictures of your children, child abuse.
Oh, yikes.
Yep.
But other than that, it's pretty lighthearted and
Okay.
turns in pretty harem-y. But it does have a very nice Halloween vibe because she technically is dead. Spoilers, but that's episode 1. But yeah, that's actually that's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I
go
thought
ahead,
of that
Jen.
one, but I've completely forgot about it until just now. The Sankarea one.
Do you have another one, Cammy?
Oh, yeah. So here is the what you do not watch on Halloween and you never watch ever because it is the most terrifying thing in the entire world, and that is Diabolic Lovers. Do not subject yourself to such horror.
Listen.
Ever.
So listen.
I
It's
thought
one
you
of
were
the
gonna-
few times where me and Cammy are going to have a difference of opinion.
I thought you were just going to say, don't watch It 2017.
That's not an anime.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen an anime version of Pennywise. He's floating around on the internet.
Fan art doesn't count.
No, it's an actual animated short. I'll show it to you after the fact.
Is it owned by the people who made the It, or is it actually fan art that somebody animated, or a fan animation?
It's a fan animation, but it's
That
damn
still
good.
fan art. I
It's
know,
still
but I'm still
good.
saying it's still fan art. It's not official.
Mm.
But back to our previous conversation. Watch Diabolic Lovers only in one situation, and that is if you are an extreme masochist and you hate yourself a lot.
I do hate myself, but I don't
Yeah.
consider myself a masochist.
But it's like even then, I feel like you deserve to at least like enjoy the pain. I feel like there are much better ways to
I
hate
just
and
said-
torture yourself.
I just said, and you hate yourself. You're not in it for you're not just purely in it for the pleasure of the pain. You're also in it to go, I hate myself. I hate
Yes.
myself so very much. I still haven't watched the second half, and maybe I'll do that after we're done recording.
You have
Wow.
problems.
Oh no. I did the antithesis of what I meant to suggest. No!
You have problems.
And then I'll go and edit an AMV and dedicate it to Cammy.
No!
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that sounds right.
Also, pretty okay for teens if you want to get the vibe. Go watch Black Butler. Speaking of things that Cammy loves, Black Butler is amazing.
How did we never get past episodes? I vaguely remember us sitting down and watching the first couple episodes.
Yes,
And that was
I
it.
think we did.
Quick segue on that a little bit. Apparently, the movie was really good, and Lizzie, one of the characters, gets a lot of exposure in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have heard about it. It's good.
I've
Sure.
heard good
Yeah.
things.
The voice actress Jeremy Lee was talking about it in her panel at Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. I have not watched it, but I am more intrigued.
Ooh.
From this season of anime, I've heard Junie Tyson is a good one, but I haven't watched it personally. And I don't think it would be good for kids, but I think that it might be good for older teens. Because it doesn't sound spooky, it just sounds bloody. But I can't really 150% suggest that, but for something currently airing, I've heard that one's pretty interesting. It has to do with assassins having to outsmart and kill each other, I guess, and they're all like members of the Zodiac or something.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's I've heard it described as like a battle royale or a fate sort of thing.
I'm actually really intrigued. I listened to an episode of another podcast, and they sold it to me a little, so I almost feel like I'm going to go and watch the first episode, and even though I know everything that's going to happen now, because they said it in their podcast. But I'm trying to think of other things that are, like, lighthearted.
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
Jeez.
I got nothing.
That is-
Karen?
that is-
Oh,
Karen?
Kami-chama Karen?
The vampire-
like, vampire girl?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It's a
like
very
a
lighthearted
lighthearted romance
vampire.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Starring vampires.
Oh! Is that the one with the girl who gets nosebleeds?
Yes.
Yes.
you are
Yeah.
I
correct.
had that entire manga. I never actually watched the anime, though.
Same. I haven't actually watched the anime, but I've got the entire manga series, and I love it. And I was just like looking at my my manga shelf behind me, and just like I know there's stuff on here that would fit, and I just need to see a title between the boxes that are piled up, and that was one of them that I'd spotted and remembered.
That is
Speak-
definitely a highlight of 15-year-old Cassie sitting in a corner, blushing and reading.
Speaking of vampires and 15-year-old girls, you could totally watch Vampire Night, which is totally like
Oh, God.
Twilight, you know.
I mean, it is in theme.
Actually-
We're not going to deny that.
Speaking of which, Cammy,
Mm?
Shiki?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was going to mention that.
Not lighthearted at all, but Shiki's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Shiki's really good too if you're a fan of like Stephen King's like Salem's Lot, that book, or I guess there was a bad movie adaptation, but Shiki is like literally the anime equivalent of Salem's Lot, which is like a classic vampire horror story. So if that's your vibe, definitely check it out. It was good.
Definitely not for the faint of heart or for young children, but Hellsing Ultimate. It's not
Yeah.
scary, but it
That one
touches
might be
on.
that one might be a bit like I had trouble with Hellsing.
Yeah, very violent.
It's
so
extremely violent.
And subsequently, you would not like Drifters.
yep.
No, I would not. See, I like violence, but not gratuitous violence for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
Don't
why I
work-
can defend why I love Higurashi, because it's not gratuitous violence for no reason.
Then don't ever watch the
Oh.
Berserk movies.
But I would not recommend Higurashi to people at all for if you're going for a not spooky Halloween. Don't watch that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not my recommendation. If you want a spooky Halloween, Higurashi is a classic, and please watch it and then write me an email and we will talk about it because nobody appreciates my love.
I need to watch it. I have been meaning to watch it now.
Cries.
Watch as we have an email just waiting in our inbox in
would gladly
2 weeks.
appreciate someone to talk about Higurashi with. John, go watch it. But viewers listening for good recommendations of things that won't creep you out, then don't watch Higurashi.
Again, if you're looking for kind of a soul eatery vibe for a shonen, D. Greyman also has kind of like a gothic Halloween vibe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is good.
that show was good, and then it went bad.
I know I'm missing stuff. I'm just like, I am blanking so hard.
Oh!
I feel like we covered a gambit at this rate.
Yes, Flying Witch. Though I will leave that. I have not seen it, but it's about a witch. And
We
her,
gotta-
like, yeah,
We
her
got a date to
supernatural
watch that at
friends.
some point.
We do. But yes, that would also probably fit the bill. And that one is perfectly lighthearted, very cute. Like, anybody could watch it. It could be a family watch.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you got Zeta the Last Witch, but I am
Isn't
the
that
only
more
one here that
military?
liked that one. That is also more
Zeta.
military than...
And like Halloweeny.
Oh god, is that?
I mean, it
Yeah,
does
it's
have a
not
witch in
entirely-
it. I'll give you that. But she's also a witch flying around on a gun.
All the better.
Yes.
Listen, she's got to improv somehow. I mean,
List
she didn't
of
have a
things
broom.
we found out about John's kinks, number 6,542.
A girl with a gun.
Girl with a gun between her legs. Wink, wink.
Oh god, no. She's packing heat. She's packing heat.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna derail this conversation real fast.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that we've given quite a huge list of
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
recommendations
Yeah.
for your probably next year Halloween sleepover or I don't know, marathon extraordinaire if you want to sit and invite all of your friends and not just your friends who are into the spoopy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you can think of any others that, like, we're complete idiots for forgetting about and missing and not mentioning, feel free to send us a scathing email if you wish.
You with wish.
You with wish.
He's only chumbling over his words because he's been, stating demonic chants all night, trying to possess Craig, who can therefore possess me.
Why would he not just possess you directly?
Because he can only possess you, I just decided this.
Okay.
Also, that would just be hilarious. That just sounds like a hilarious anime OVA, just a bunch of friends accidentally possessing... Kokoro Connect! Okay. Anyway. That is not Halloween-y, though.
No, not really.
I mean, it has kind of a creepy antagonist, but other than that...
But yeah, if there's any that you feel like we're missing, hit us up in an email. Tell us how big it is we are for forgetting this charm of an episode that you know of.
John,
We'll-
if you don't have to invite the punishment, because now it's going to be in their heads. You don't need to add the detail of how they can set us on fire. They'll do it themselves.
Just tell them no. You don't email us.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ga.
Yeah.
Mm,
Maybe
Anyway.
for next year we'll it'll be a bit more prepared for stuff.
What are you talking about? We're fully prepared. But, yeah, we'll probably record a little bit earlier next time so you don't get our Halloween episode a few weeks late, too. But that's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. And with that said, I think that it would be a good time to switch over to our completely non-Halloween review.
yeah.
But I wanted to give Cammie a moment if she wants to say something before she takes off. I'm sure she wants to get some sleep.
Oh, yes. Definitely. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Happy Halloween. And I hope that you have had a very spooky day. And with that, I will pop out. Good night, guys.
Peace.
Good night. Happy Halloween. I miss you already. Come back. You're leaving me with 2 boys. I don't wanna.
This doesn't sound creepy at all.
I'm gonna be one cute girl surrounded by boys. It's like Diabolic Lovers. Anyway. So, actually, Craig, I think I'm gonna let you take the reins from here because you actually swam this particular title, as it were. So, would you like to go ahead and do the introductions?
Hello. My name is Craig. I like to party. I've been known to call myself Craigathon Maximus the Third.
This isn't an AAA meeting. This is an Alcoholics Anonymous. You don't have to say your name before you talk about your sin.
Listen, I am absolved of sin. I am a pure maiden. Thank you.
Anyway, so what are we reviewing today?
New Game Season 2! Should have been called New Game Plus, because it's video games. Hey, Season 2.
Trademark whoever actually made that joke first. Wasn't that Gigguk?
Trademark Gigguk! Yes, link below, for reference. Studio Doga Kobo. I can't say words. Other shows by them is Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun, otherwise known as Multi-Girls Nozaki-kun, Plastic Memories, and Ginga Kikotai Majestic Prince, aka just Majestic Prince. I don't know why they added all the extra Japanese words to that when they translated it to just be Majestic Prince. Synopsis goes as such. It has been a year since Alba Suzukaze started working at the Eagle Jump Game Company. In that time, she and her eccentric coworkers in the character design department have worked hard to release the company's newest game, Fairy Story 3. With their latest title now complete, a new project must begin, starting with a contest to decide the character designs for the upcoming game. Through hard work, dedication, and some guidance from the previous character designer, Ko Yagami, Alba wins the contest and begins her new role as lead character designer. So, hey, if you missed the impression, so I passed this show because I found the concept actually refreshing, and it was a cute girls doing cute things in a working environment, and it didn't take place in high school. Also, it had a pretty cool hook because it was them developing a game, and it was like daily, yet at the same time, they actually had a goal to strive for. So I like that sort of thing. And season 2 actually raised the stakes and fleshed out characters even more. So. Story. What'd you guys think of season 2 as opposed to season 1?
I think that the most important thing going into New Game, both season 1 and season 2, is to not judge a book by its cover.
Oh, I do
because
recall
I
you saying this.
know, yes, because I know a lot of people will instantly be turned off by this show by just looking at the visuals and saying, oh great, another Moe Blob show. And yeah, the girls are really cute, and there are some moments of obvious pandering. I can't deny that. But the character designs don't actively reflect how fun this show can be. And actually, season 2 I found to be actually much more story heavy.
Yeah.
There was actually much less fan service. If anything, I kind of welcomed the fan service occasionally because I was like, okay, that was a very odd feelsy episode. But I actually really like the story of season 2. I think it's a very good season 2. I think that it carries on the themes of season 1. I think that it does a really great job.
It had character growth and people striving to be better. Some people, it's just like any job. People strive to get better and work up the corporate ladder, as it were, all the while trying to essentially, as the synopsis describes, Alba gets new challenges thrown at her being the lead character designer of a new game, and having to essentially with this new responsibilities, essentially, what is it? Not rely on others as much and go with her gut. So it's pretty cool.
Also, the added pressures and responsibilities on top of what she was used to, still being fairly new at the company.
Yeah, only a year in.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, back to the characters looking cutesy and like moe blobs as hell. They make jokes at Alba being hella young and think that she's like in high school, but I mean, she just got out of high school and went right into a job, whereas it's like implied that some of her friends went to school, if I recall, university. So,
well, I would also argue that it's not just Alba. The entire cast suffers from moe syndrome. Like, nobody looks their age.
Oh, yeah.
Like, nobody. But that's fine, because that's not... The point of the show actually isn't to pander. And I feel like with the story of New Game, what I really appreciated was I felt like season 1 of New Game was all about Alba, the main character, as a character, just idolizing this company and idolizing Ko, who's her superior and the reason why she wanted to join Eagle Jump in the first place. Mm-hmm. And then season 2 is less about that admiration, and even though all it's there, but it's less, I admire you, and more, oh, I get to walk a mile in your shoes. And I think that that's very important. And I think that it also really helps the relationship between Ko and Alba a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also, that you know, another thing I appreciated about season 2 is not everything always goes her way. And I also really appreciated that there is a very big life really sucks sometimes, and you're not going to always achieve what you need to or what you believe you deserve. And I've been actually dealing with that at my own job. So that actually kind of fucked me up a little bit. So it has some real life lessons in there that I appreciated. Yeah. I don't think we get from a lot of anime, especially one with such a very colorful set of characters. And by colorful, I mean not the characters themselves, but like their character designs. You don't tend to see such a very moe package packed with so many emotions and trials and tribulations, even if they are small. It's a working girls working show, and it was definitely more intriguing than Sakura Quest. I'll say it.
Oh yeah, the pacing was a lot like tighter. 12 episodes couldn't help that one. So,
going into this series, I was not expecting to have episodes where it made me cry, which is a good thing, actually. Just looking at its face value, it does not look like the series that is gonna evoke those kinds of emotions from you, whether from good or sad basis. And it's just that caught me by surprise, and that's gonna only help me sing praises for it. So since that's one of my criteria for considering if a series is a good series or not.
If it touches you inappropriately. I mean,
oh god.
If it can bring me to tears, then it's doing something right.
I figured this show would be right up your alley, and Cass, and since you liked season 1, I knew that season 2 would essentially continue that gravy train all the way home.
Well, something also that I appreciate is that I do believe that this is a show that, like, I guess kids could, or at least early teens could watch, but I feel only adults can really appreciate, because a lot of it does deal with working your way up the corporate ladder, what it means when you're working under somebody who is such a big name artist, what it means to, even on a smaller scale, to be a newbie at the company, working under a freshly new newbie of the company, or somebody who used to be new and they're already ahead of you. Like, there's so many emotions and things that go into this that are very real. Sitting in the bathroom when you should be at your desk and trying to get tickets to that concert you really want to go to. Realizing that maybe you weren't as good at hiding your hobbies in high school as you thought you were. There's
yes.
a lot of really, really cool stuff they do here. Not even just with Alba and Ko, who we've been focusing on a lot, but with a lot of the characters.
Yeah, also conflict of seeing someone and thinking, oh, you only got here because you know someone, and I've had to work for this.
Company politics versus nepotism.
Company politics and stuff like that. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, and it's an interesting like clash of ideologies. It's like in certain characters' perspectives, it's like I worked my ass off to get this internship or this job, and like you're riding on the coattails of greatness, and that's not necessarily true for everyone. They got there of their own accord as well, so it's everyone challenges each other to make each other better in the long run.
Right, and
which is like real life.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that. Though I do think that the story, while it does a lot of interesting things, it is still very shallow in a lot of ways, but not in a bad way. Like I didn't come here for something super heavy.
It's lighthearted.
I feel like the story, while it does cover some very interesting things and some things that really touched me or I felt were really important things to cover in an anime in general, especially stuff in the workplace, I felt that it was lighthearted enough that shallowness, I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
Like, it was just enough. And then you had girls grabbing each other in the hot springs, and I was okay with that.
Yeah. Because apparently that's a common thing, huh? You know, you gotta have that.
Gotta have that skinship, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the term. Characters? We've been talking about Ko and Alba for God knows how long. What did you guys think of the other character designing team and Hajime, who's there as well, who's a part of the motion capture team?
There is not a character in this series I didn't like to some degree by the end of it, and like even certain characters who initially are introduced as in a like standoffish kind of way, you quickly learn no, there is a softer side to them, a cuter side to them, and also like the fact that there's a moment where they do one of the characters does call out why there are only girls at this company.
Oh,
let's not go too much into spoilers because that like kind of kills the comedy. But I agree that was very funny.
But yeah.
But that's a good point though. Like there's like all of these cliques with sub cliques, and they all have their own comedy and stuff that goes into them, and then those cliques will interact with other cliques, but they're all one big company. And like you said, there's just so much like little tiny things going on, like jokes about why there's no men in the workplace, or jokes about forehead flicks for changing specs, or jokes with the cat.
with Hazuki's cat and Umiko's debug team going up to Hazuki and be like, what?
Yeah, so
I like Umiko.
There's a lot of different characters, but that's not overwhelming.
No.
It also helps that you can almost pair them off half the time, and I don't know if that's a detriment or a plus to the series. Half the time, one character is always with one of the other characters, and I don't know if they did that for ship baiting or what, but...
best character and worst character. Characters, go, Cass.
My favorite character was probably Hifumi, because
I see that.
Because she reminds me a lot of myself when I was younger, before I grew a backbone, and she's in the process of growing hers, and it's very fun to watch her.
Nice.
Also, probably my least favorite character was one of the newbies. I forget what her name was. The one on the debugging team with Nene.
Tsubame, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Really?
I sort of liked her more towards the end. I'm not going to go into why, but I tend to not be very fond of characters who use their own situation to judge somebody else without fully understanding the other person's situation. I understand that is a part of life, but she heard one sentence from another character and immediately made a very drastic conclusion, not only about the character she heard it from, but also that character's supervisor, who was also her direct supervisor, and it just felt very disrespectful, and I didn't like her.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was gonna ask, be like, so which one of the newbies did you care less about, Momiji or Tsubame?
Momiji actually grew on me. I loved her a lot by the end.
Yeah.
Like, because I never found Momiji to be, like, an awful character.
Kind
of standoffish at first, but she seemed more standoffish because it was part of her personality more so than her wanting to actually hurt anyone's feelings or that she felt animosity towards anyone. It just seemed like this girl's just really awkward and doesn't know how to contain her jealousy. That's it.
Yeah.
What about you, John?
Well, you claimed Hifumi, so I'm gonna have to decide on someone else.
My revenge for the Noragami steal.
Oh, she's got you back.
Top 10 anime re-betrayals.
I got mine. If you need more time to think there, dog.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, I liked the best character. For those that can't see our chat, we typically have this tradition, quote unquote. Our best character is our icon for that episode. So my best character is Ko. She is lovely. She is talented. She is wonderful. She is a ray of sunshine. She also sleeps in. I don't know.
The reason why you really like her.
Because she sleeps in her underwear at work, and she has nice panties. But that's besides the point. Real talk,
I don't know if I'd call her a ray of sunshine.
Real talk, though, to be honest, is there's a pivotal point by episode 3 in this season. I'm not going to go into reasons why, but I really like the development as to what Cass alluded to earlier. The ends justifying the means and raw talent versus, what she said she connected with at work in her own life. Least favorite character, in my opinion. And this is kind of a stretch because no one was really unlikable. I guess really a character that I kind of wished I saw more of or understood more was Alba and Nene's friend, the French girl who went to, I believe, not a French girl, but Hotaro. She went to France. She kind of showed up once, but then never really came back. I honestly expected her to stick around a little bit more and be in the background, but yeah.
She was kind of underutilized, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I loved Rin.
I can see it.
She was a fun character.
And, Rin seems like the kind of person you would marry.
Oh god, yeah.
If Ko wouldn't murder you, but...
No.
But yeah, she seems like your type, and I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Yeah.
You have a type, John. You're showing it right now.
As he turns 3 shades bright red that day.
3 shades? I think it's more like 15.
I honestly think, to be quite, if I'll be frank, I think a lot of the girls in this show are John's type.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Especially Umiko. Umiko would be like, John...
Dude, Umiko would kick his ass. He'd be too scared.
You're right. But opposites attract, as they say.
So, John, why don't you explain what your favorite character is and why, and your least favorite? You said Rin. Why? Okay. Why do you like Rin?
It's like the moment she had with Ko. I mean, I suppose it is like a whole shipping thing going on, but she was also like such a dependable character, and like took on a motherly role for pretty much everyone. even after she was moved away from the character team, she still came back around to check on how things were going, and just anytime she gets drunk, she's just so adorable.
Kind of like you.
Least favorite
It's
character?
quiet because he knows it's true.
I don't remember much of what I said that night. To be
Oh
honest.
God! Well, it's
That's
a good thing. Yeah, that's good. You look at the chat and then you're like, "What the fuck happened?"
What did I do? Where am I?
What? Yeah. Anyway,
We don't even have many Taco Bells in the UK. How did I get here?
That is a completely different topic, though. Changing back onto topic. Least favorite.
You have to pick one.
There can only be one.
You have to shoot one of them in the head. Pick the one you like the least.
Good lord.
Nene got better.
Nene got some nice character development. I appreciate
it. She got a lot of character development. She actually...
Did you like that cast? Did you like the fact...
She was severely less annoying. That's the one thing that brought Season 1 down for me. Like, I rated Season 2 higher than Season 1.
Good.
Spoilers.
I mean, I guess, John, I mean, you could go with least utilized outside of Hatoro. There was that producer lady that hung around Hazuki.
No, she was utilized plenty.
Okay, but then again, she was just a producer lady that was kind of... I was never really clear
she had her
what
moments.
she did. Yeah.
She did plenty. How about this, John? You have to shoot one of them.
Pick
one.
Pick John. Pick John.
Which one doesn't get to live? It's Halloween. We're gonna commit a murder.
Pick John.
Back.
You have to pick one.
You're gonna
have
regret
10
this.
seconds.
You're
9.
8.
8.
Shizuku. Hazuki Shizuku.
Oh,
just kind of like
the cat mom.
The cat mom.
AKA the director of like all the projects.
You know, I can kind of get that.
The only time she did anything useful was when she gave the charm to Wako. And beyond it.
I would argue she did more than that. I mean, she also was the one who gave Alba the opportunity at the beginning of the show.
Oh, there's that true, yeah.
She also did a lot of other stuff, but she is also extremely unlikable sometimes.
I think she's fine. However, I can see why some people would not like her. She's utilized a lot more this season than the first season. I will say that. She's involved with the people, and people go to her for advice, and she is actually kind of coy and silly about half the shit, but she, they go up to, say, for example, Hajime would go up to her and give her a proposal, and she'd be like, do you think this is good enough?
Yeah, so she did a lot this season.
Yeah, she did.
But
thinking about
I would agree that she could be relatively annoying, so we'll go with that. Why don't we move on to...
incredibly thirsty.
She's very thirsty, and I appreciated that about her. Girl knows what she wants.
Maids.
I completely support thirsty women. And men, for that matter.
Maids.
And then the in-betweens. This is a podcast that supports all walks of life and their thirst. But we should probably move on to visuals and production, because we've been talking for quite a while.
Production, very clean, cute animation, very nice. To be quite honest, it's been a year since I've seen season 1, so if there was a vast increase in season 2, I would have not noticed, but it was clean all across the board. John, you binged all of it, so was there a noticeable difference?
It was, I feel like it was consistent.
Yeah.
Pretty consistent, and although there was there was a notable increase in quality, especially with the intro, and a couple of scenes in like the last episodes.
I think there was also a step up in the animation of the game, and we got to see more of the game they were working on.
Yeah, the 3D
also,
modeling.
Also, I noticed that they in the credits they mention Unity Engine, so it looks like they actually used a game engine for the in-game scenes, which I really appreciated. If that really is the case. So
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
I really want to play the game that they made. It looks so cute.
I think Cass said something along the same lines.
I want to play Pecco.
Yeah,
which is
that's
the game
Pecco,
they made.
yeah.
Yeah,
I really
that's not a
do.
spoiler.
I do think that the animation was very nice and clean. I think that the only problem is that I think that it's going to rub some people the wrong way for how moe the designs are.
Yeah.
However, the animation itself, especially because it's a short show, this is only 12 episodes, so it's very consistent. They flexed their budget out. It's mostly average through most of it, but there are definitely scenes where they hit it out of the park, especially in the last couple of episodes, and especially when they dedicate time to the characters' expressions.
Yeah.
Specifically Hifumi or anybody who's freaking out.
Yeah.
And I think it's also good to mention that their designs are very simple, and that also probably would have helped their budget.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I think that the only person in that group that ever wore a complicated outfit, which was maybe Yoon, and she's more of a, I don't know, more of a minor character in their little group of the design team.
Yeah.
Their clothes are simple. The colors are simple. It's bright and fun,
Yep.
but everything about it is very simple and moe. But it's consistent, colorful and moe. So I like it. I think that it's a good production. I also agree with John that the OP and ED pop out a lot. I told him myself I loved the second OP a lot more than the first. Just the song and just all of the visuals and fun and bubbly fun you have with it. So.
I watched the opening and ending every week. I don't really remember much of the first opening. When it comes to music as a whole, it used a lot of the same music from season 1. So, I mean, no difference. So, it's good. Again, it fit the mood. It was lighthearted and very clean. I didn't notice anything janky out of the entire show. Cass, did they animate the hands with CG?
They did not. There were no CG animated hands. Trust me, I would have noticed.
They also
they also did not have too many stills. I think that the biggest detriment that really stuck out, and this is a huge nitpick, is they had a lot of scenes where they would be sitting around and just lip flapping. However, those scenes were not bad, and there were other scenes that were more dynamic to hang out with them afterwards, before or after, so I wasn't really annoyed. However, when it comes to the music, other than the OP and ED, don't remember a dang thing.
Yeah, sure.
And that's the only criticism I have. I feel that New Game production-wise is a very nice piece, especially when it comes to the voice acting as well, when it comes to sound. But I feel like it is a very safe show production-wise. I don't think that it really stands out, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's very good. It's just very good.
I like the fact that the opening is sung by all the girls.
Yeah.
That is something a lot of anime like to do.
Yeah. It's a trend, right?
They did that with the first series as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's highlighted in both the openings with the moments where you have the characters actually singing lines from the intro. It's that moment was actually even better animated in the second opening compared to the first season opening.
That said, do we have anything more to say before we move into the ratings section? Anything negative? We've been talking generally positive things, so wanted to Cover the
Well,
bases.
I already gave my negative, in that this show is very shallow and very safe, both in its visuals and its story, but it's good.
Yeah,
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem I have with the show, is that it's very safe. It's a show that you can easily turn on, and most people will probably enjoy if they can get past the visuals. They didn't do anything crazy or over the top, but it was very satisfying and fun. And that was reflected, I believe, in the production values. It's just a fun show.
Cass, you know what? For all intents and purposes, that sounded just basically like your overall final thoughts / rating of this show.
I mean,
Do you just want to say your rating, like, on the Richter scale of what it is?
are you, is this your way of trying to transition by kicking me under the bus?
I mean, well, I'm just saying, essentially, you gave your final thoughts, so do you want to just put a cherry on the top of that sundae?
I mean, I guess I might as well. I mean, the only other thing that I can really say is that I really want more people to give this show a chance. I've seen other podcasts. I've seen other friends of mine. I've seen circles of anime fans completely write this show off without even giving it a chance, simply because of its moe aesthetic. And I get that. I really do. I was honestly kind of turned off by it at first, too, which is why I didn't initially give it a shot until Craig said, Cassie, watch the show. It's right up your alley. And he also added, as he put it, another additional cherry on top by saying there's characters in the show that you'll really relate to and that I see a lot of you in. And then I was like, well, now I have to watch it. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
I have to see what you think of me. But no,
it's good.
And I guess Craig thinks I'm super moe. But anyway.
She found me out.
It's a fun show. It's super fun. That's all it is. It's got a lot of really tender moments, and I think that if this show took itself a little bit more seriously and had maybe 4 to 6 more episodes, it could make itself into a drama if it really wanted to. It has all of the makings here to be whatever it wants to be, but it chose to be what it is, and that's just a light-hearted, fun exploration of what it's like to work somewhere you've always dreamed of working. And for that reason, I really liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
That's my rating.
Liked it a lot. I will echo that sentiment by saying I really liked season 1, and I really liked season 2. Season 2 essentially didn't really raise it to the stakes to a point where it turned into a drama, but there was just more progression. Season 1 had, I felt, a little bit more fluff to the content. It was some cream to that strawberry milkshake, but this one, you had a little bit more. You went for the second milkshake, and it had a lot more to by the end of it you were full. I would say
They snuck some protein in, some protein powder.
Yep, essentially. So essentially what Cass said. Don't write the show off. I thank Pete for shout outs to him for essentially saying, Craig, watch this. This is actually pretty cool. And I was like, okay, sure. And wow, good on him for saying, this is a show that's not set in high school. Good on you, Japan. Something different. And it was actually paced well. Sorry, soccer request.
If you want a game related anime that actually has something to do with gaming,
clever callback.
Slight stab at a previous series we discussed in a previous episode. Yeah, this is actually somewhere to look. There is actually, the whole series revolves around making games. So, there are the episodes where they step away from that, but for the most part, it is actually about making games. And I appreciate that, and I actually really have to thank Craig and Cassie for really selling me on giving this series a try. And I actually came out of this having enjoyed series 2 better than series 1.
I think that's relatively consistent among us. I think.
Yeah.
Like the added drama moments really helped sell season 2 to me even more than season 1. Not saying that season 1 was bad. I still really enjoyed season 1. I just enjoyed season 2 more as a result. And again, there were moments that actually made me cry. And I wasn't expecting that, especially not from, seeing the art style. So, yeah, give it a try, please. This is a very high like it from me as well. I almost want to give it a love it, because I really did enjoy this.
Like it's across the board.
Like it's all across the board.
High like it's at that, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
essentially.
definitely. I really liked the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well...
Do you guys want to talk about spoilers, or do we want to wrap this up?
To be quite honest, there's really nothing to
spoil. Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
There's
the only...
things that we can spoil, but is there need to?
No, not
really. I don't really feel like we need to discuss them, to be honest. I think this is very much like...
It's a working show. I mean, people have, things to strive for, and people move up in the corporate ladder in one way, shape, or form, so it is what it is.
Well then, I guess that being that, thank you for joining us today on episode 41 of Any Chat Box. We've really enjoyed having you come here and hang out with us on our Halloween and your not Halloween. And from the past, we say unto the future, happy Halloween, guys. Stay safe. If you haven't already, and if you're dead now, I apologize for not saying it sooner.
Oh god, no!
I hope your spirit doesn't haunt me. And that's all I got. Oyasumi, everyone!
Peace
Happy
out,
Halloween!
y'all!
Bye-bye.
Happy Halloween 2 weeks into the future!
Sayonara.